Good morning. At least it's morning for me. It's 11 a.m. where I am. I've switched to a new day and a new time, and you may have caught that. And this is me and what I would look like in a Zoom meeting if I didn't have Ecamm software. And I use Ecamm software, and it makes me look just a little bit better. I'm just saying. It makes me look a little bit more like this, which is kind of cool. Now, I've played with this software and the new feature, specifically the new feature, for about an hour. And I'm going to show you how it works. Easy enough. Excuse me. Now, there's a couple of things you need to know right off the bat because we're live. And this is me without using the Ecamm software. There is something that may or may not happen. Right here is where some dogs might come in. I'm dog sitting 2 dogs and a rabbit. Now the rabbit is caged, so we're good. And then there's my dog. So there's the possibility of me being interrupted by 3 dogs. But let's get back to it. We're looking at Ecamm software, which Ecamm software and Zoom. Ecamm and Zoom got together, and Ecamm, please excuse me, Ecamm software has integrated Zoom inside of Ecamm. So I can have a Zoom meeting and never open Zoom on my desktop. I would just open this one thing. I would just open Ecamm software. That makes me look a little better than this. And this isn't bad, I guess, all things considered. But you've seen people on Zoom meetings that look terrible. Lighting, everything else. So we're going to go with this. Now I'm going to go into demo mode and show you my entire screen. And just so you know, I have a screen here and I have a screen here. But I have this screen here. Okay, now my wife has just come home, which means I can close the door. Don't go away. There. Okay. So the dogs are not going to interrupt us, I guess. Maybe my wife will, and that's her prerogative. She's my wife. So Zoom and Ecamm Live. Zoom is inside of Ecamm Live. So if I do this, you can see my entire screen. And if you'll notice, if you'll notice over here, it has a Zoom button on it, right inside of Ecamm, which is the new big thing. Now this software, this integration has only been out and available in beta for 48 hours. So it is pretty new. And it's brand new for me and just about everybody that's got it. But I have the beta version. So I click on Zoom and it pulls up this screen right here. Or this other window. And I've already logged it. I've already allowed Zoom to come inside. So when you do this initially, inside of Zoom, or inside of Ecamm, it'll say, hey, you got to go to Zoom, and Zoom, you have to log into your Zoom account and say, hey, do I want this to happen? And you say yes, and it says okay, and then it comes back to this. So this is my Zoom account with my icon, and you have 3 things here. You have a new meeting, you have join by ID or link, or you have scheduled events. So you've already got events scheduled inside of Zoom. They will show up if I click there. Or I can send somebody an ID or a link, and they can join that way, or I can start the meeting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this meeting. Okay? And you see how this changes, and I've got no participants. Haven't invited anybody, but on my other screen is the actual Zoom. Wow. Isn't that exciting? Is the actual Zoom. And it's showing the whole screen because I'm showing the whole screen to you. But you get the actual Zoom screen that we're used to, where it's got the chat and it's got everything else available to it that we're used to in Zoom. But Zoom is not open. You know how this works. Across the bottom, hang on, across the bottom, wait, there you go. Across the bottom, you see all of the things I've got, and the little dots underneath means that this program is open. So this is open. I've got Evernote open. I've got a web browser open, but Zoom is not open. But yet, I'm in Zoom. I'm in Zoom. Now, I've got to have, in order to show this, I have to have somebody come in on Zoom to see this. And it's going to be me on my phone, coming in as a guest. I've not logged into Zoom. Okay, it says sign up or sign in, and I've not logged, but it also says join meeting. So I'm going to join meeting, and I'm going to pick the meeting that I want to join, and press join, and then it's going to ask for a password. And it's waiting. Then it goes on and says join. Ooh, there it goes. So I've joined the meeting. Now, because I'm doing this and it's live and I've only practiced it a couple of times, I do have to do the admit. And over here, boom, all of a sudden I have somebody else that wants to join inside of Ecamm. Now, there's this button that says add, so I'm going to add. Ask about the camera, good to go. And I'm going to choose on the phone, I'm going to choose no audio, okay? And it's going to ask me if it's being recorded and all that kind of stuff because, yeah. So here I am inside as a guest. And here's the camera from my camera from my phone over here, as you can see me pointing. But I'm not up here. That's because I haven't put anything up here for a guest or for someone from Zoom. So let's do that. I'm going to take this window, and this is also a bit of an Ecamm thing that you can do as well. I've got this as wide. I'm going to change it to custom. And because I've changed it to custom, that means I can come over here and I can shift it around. Let me get me, there we go. Let's do that. Now I'm going to make a copy of this. This is a camera overlay. And I'm going to make a copy of it by pressing down the Option key and just dragging. There. Now there's two of me. But I want my guest to come in, which is me on my phone. So I will come up over here to this, and I will go up to the video source. Well, which video source do I want? I want this. I want Bill. Because I've done this before, it's already been assigned a guest spot, and it's going to be Bill. Boom. There I am. Now, I am in the same window type thing as me, the host, or me, the guest. And you're saying, that's not a great picture of the guest. Well, let's say the guest isn't using any filters, isn't using anything. I can now control how my guest looks in my system. So I'm going to press on, I'm going to be over here, press on Zoom, and zoom me in a little bit. And so I can control that. I can control where the head is. And so I look a little bit better. And I'm in the same branding, which is kind of cool. The same branding that that the whole screen is in. Like, that's a terrible way to talk about it, but that's kind of what it is. So here I am. I've invited somebody in, which is me. And I've been able to zoom. I'm also able to, if he's got bad lighting, I'm able to dim it down a little bit or dim it up a little bit. Tint, saturation, gamma, whatever you got going on there. If I want the person to be in black and white, I can black and white them, or I can blur them. I'm not sure why you'd blur them, but I'm sure there'd be a reason for blurring somebody out other than me just having fun. So here I am as a guest from Zoom inside Ecamm. And the person can end the meeting anytime they want. I can end the meeting anytime I want because I'm the one that's in control. And this is a big deal in that I hold a Zoom meeting, and then I can bring anybody into the spotlight with me. All right? And show this. Now, the person that's in the Zoom meeting with me, which is me down here, but anybody that would, because it's full-featured Zoom, they can share a screen, they can share, slides, whatever they want, and have it share just like they normally would in a Zoom meeting. And I would control it because I am the host and I'm running the Ecamm on this side. So to me, that's just kind of cool. Now, there's another thing. If somebody in Zoom makes a comment in Zoom, and I don't know that I can do that very well. Well, if I make a chat, let's do a chat. So I've got hi there, and it's me. And it pops up in my Ecamm. I can add it to the broadcast. So anybody in Zoom that makes a comment, they can pop it up here, and then I can pop it up here as per my choice. So I'm going to go back to this. Oh, wait a sec. Yes, back to this. And I'm going to end the meeting here. End the meeting. And that kills the Zoom. So it's kicked me off because the Zoom meeting is ended. But notice that the live stream has not. Now, one thing about this down here, and when it pops up, I can have up to 8, I can have up to 8 participants inside Ecamm that I can all bring up on screen. So me being the host and 7 others, I can pull up on screen, which is crazy to be able to do something like that. So it's still looking for a camera because I killed the Zoom feed. But I can have up to 8 people on there. I could have up to 8 people total, me and 7 others. And we could all have a big roundhouse, and everybody could be branded. Everybody would look better and show up better in this whole scenario. So if I was doing a meeting in Zoom and I'm using Ecamm, I can bring everybody into Ecamm. We could all do it on Ecamm. And that is that's the big deal of this brand new update. The software update is in beta and has been out for 48 hours. Came out Tuesday right around this time. And that's the cool thing about using Ecamm software and live streaming. Now, there's another thing. What if I'm not live streaming? What if I just want to record an interview with somebody? Well, the Ecamm software not only, wait a sec. The Ecamm software not only does live streaming, you can just set it to record. And this is how I record all of my programs and all of my prearranged videos that I'm not showing live stream. I use Ecamm for all of this. And I probably do more recording than I do live stream. But I can bring somebody in and record them as an interview in Ecamm, and then, of course, do all the editing later. And that's kind of how this whole thing works. So this is a big deal update. And not only that, I watched the premiere where the owners of Ecamm, the creators of Ecamm came on and said, this is the new feature we've got. And of course, somebody asks immediately, well, is the price going up? And they said, no, this is just the newest feature, the latest iteration. The price is not going up on the annual fee for Ecamm itself. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, And you look down in the description, you'll see a link. It's my affiliate link where you can try Ecamm. You can just try it for free and see if you like it. Now, Ecamm is Mac only. So if you're on a PC, I'm afraid you can just join me in my Ecamm, but you can't get Ecamm yourself because it is a Mac only situation. And that's what I had for you guys today. It's a brand new feature. It's been out 48 hours. And the first time I'm going to use it is I have a group that I meet with in a couple of weeks. That is a group of 6 total, myself and 5 others. And we're going to try this whole thing inside of Ecamm, and I'm going to record it. Obviously, I record everything. And we'll see how that looks. And the biggest thing about that is you have to have a good amount of bandwidth for it. And I have a ton of bandwidth. So I am good to go. I am Bill McConnell. This is Easy Online Impact. This is something that you can make a tremendous impact online with other people and doing what you do and sharing what you share and having other people come on and share that as well and making it as easy as possible. Ecamm has made this as easy as possible to have somebody join you from a Zoom meeting into Ecamm and make it a tremendous presentation and a well-branded and a well-thought-out presentation with some of the things that I've shown you today. So that is all for now. Have a great day. Have a great week and a weekend up ahead. And I was able to not have the dogs bother me, which would have been okay. Have a great week.